What's going on, guys? It's Quizzy Dog here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the eLinkSmart 720p tilt pan surveillance camera. Now, this review is going to be in a different style. What I'm actually going to do is break this down into 5 key categories, giving, of course, an overall score at the very end. So without further ado, let's jump into category number 1. Now for category number 1, we're going to be taking a look at overall design, and in this case, the eLinkSmart really doesn't disappoint. In fact, this looks like it could be best friends with Wally, and that, in my opinion, is a really nice non-aggressive feature to have in a camera. Its symmetrical design allows it to be mounted freely on maybe a tabletop or a shelf without running the risk of falling over during its tilt pan features. And of course, its overall friendly look allows it to be implemented in any sort of room, whether it be a toddler's room, a nursery, a living room, or an area where really you don't want an aggressive looking camera system. For design, this guy, of course, gets a 5 out of 5. Now for category number 2, we're going to be taking a look at build quality, and this is one category where I think this camera slowly starts to fall apart. Now, of course, I don't mean this literally, but maybe later on down the road, we might get to that point. That I'm really unsure. I've really only been using this off and on for about 2 weeks. Now, the eLinkSmart is primarily made out of plastic, and not very thick plastic. This is, of course, a given for the pan tilt feature. We don't want to have anything aggressively heavy or dense because we're going to have to make those motors work over time. But my only worry in this case is if you have it freely standing on, again, maybe a shelf or a tabletop, if somebody knocks it over like your asshole cat, because everybody has one, I'm worried that this thing may not survive a drop on any other surface other than carpet. Because of this, the overall build quality is going to score a 2 out of 5. Now, category number 3 is going to be overall functionality, and there's a lot of really big wins when it comes to the functionality of this eLinkSmart camera. This camera offers 720p recording both locally and through cloud storage if you do want to pay for that feature. Of course, 360 pan tilt features. You could do this automated or you can do it manually using the smartphone app. It does have night vision as well with, I believe it's around 20 feet of proven night vision, which honestly is pretty good for your standard size room. And other than that, we do see a keyhole mount on the underside, 2-way audio, and the option for photo capture. Now, the software suite that comes along with this camera is very great as well. It offers the ability for multiple viewing, so more than one user can go in and see this camera at any given time. We touch base as well on the local storage as well as the cloud-based. Cloud-based, again, is something that you do have to pay for. eLinkSmart will give you a brief trial, but it does have camera card support via micro SD on the backside up to 128 gigabytes. Now, one thing that actually surprised me within the functionality of this camera is just how snappy and how little the delay is when it comes to the live streaming. This is something that I've actually seen some faster speeds on compared to maybe some higher quality or more expensive cameras on the market, such as my Honeywell C1. Now lastly, when it comes to the application, it's very well laid out, it's very user-friendly, it tends to walk you through everything, and the only slight miss in this case is the software suite doesn't seem to be particular to this one camera that doesn't have the option for the humidex or humidity meter. So because of that, because of not taking some of that stuff out, it's going to lose a half point, but because we are scoring in halves, the functionality on the eLinkSmart will get a 5 out of 5. Now, the 4th category will be accessories, and some may not see this as something that's necessary, but I do. I really like when a manufacturer gives you everything needed in the box to be absolutely successful in any given situation with their product. Nobody likes a second trip to the store, and I am one of those people. Now, of course, in the packaging for this eLinkSmart, you will be getting your wall brick, you will be getting your power cable, the camera itself, but one thing that shines and really surprised me as well is the option for the wall mount, and that's actually coming included for those of you who don't want to put this maybe on just a static tabletop. Now, I know I may be making a big deal out of this wall bracket, but both my Honeywell C1 and my Nest Cam IQ either didn't come with a wall bracket or don't have the option to be wall mounted. So for this, the eLinkSmart and all of its accessories are going to get a 5 out of 5. Now, the very last category in this case will be price to performance. And the reason why I actually categorized it as price to performance is, of course, if it was simply price, anything on the higher end of the spectrum may get ranked a little bit lower because of the cost. And if it was solely on performance, then in this case, cost wouldn't matter. And if you're watching this, you may want this because it's so affordable. Now, is this product overall better than my Nest Cam IQ? No, absolutely not. But is it less than a fifth of the price and serves mostly the same purpose? Yes, absolutely. Now, the 720p feed offered here looks fantastic. You can clearly see if the light is okay or in the night vision exactly what you're looking to monitor. You may not be able to catch a culprit's face from 40, 50 feet away, but for general purpose, this is going to be more than enough for a lot of people. The manual tilt and pan features allow you to fully control this if by chance you maybe have it in the corner of a rather large room, and it does have the option for an automated 360 swivel. It doesn't quite go all the way around, it'll pan around quite a bit and then circle back around again, but this means that you don't have to continuously control this if you simply want it to monitor a room, if it's maybe more centralized and not directly in a corner that has full line of sight. Now, of course, this could have more features like 960 or 1080p or maybe even 4K, but all of those features would not make it $35. In this case, because it does everything pretty darn well, I'm going to score this guy an overall 4 out of 5. And there you guys have it. With an overall rounded score of 4 out of 5, this camera is fantastic for $35. It does everything the average person would need while keeping the overall price something that everybody can obtain, which again, I very much appreciate. Now, if you're looking to pick up this eLinkSmart Tilt Pan 720p wireless surveillance system, the links, of course, will be in the description below. They will always have the most up-to-date price and availability. And if you guys like this new review style, where we're gonna take some products, we're gonna give it an overall score in those 5 major categories, go ahead while you're in the comments section below and let me know your thoughts and let me know if there's anything that maybe I should change in an upcoming video. Until the next video, my name is Crazy Dog. You guys have been awesome, and we'll catch you all in the next one. Take care.